Welcome to this short video on how to use apostrophes. So let's start with what is an apostrophe. So the apostrophe is a punctuation mark that you can see on the screen there, and it has two main uses. First use is to show possession of something, and the second use is to form a contraction. And we'll look at some examples of these two different uses of apostrophes as we go through. So it can be placed where the letters are missing. So if it is being used to form a contraction, the apostrophe denotes where the letters are missing or what letters are being replaced, and also to show something that belongs to somebody. So if it's being used to show possession, it will show that something belongs to somebody else. So in our example here, we've got two uses of the apostrophe. So the first, we've got that's. So that's an example of an apostrophe being used to form a contraction. So the full form of that would be that is. You can see the I has been taken out of the is, and the apostrophe is showing us where that I would have been. So that is an example of an apostrophe forming a contraction. And the second part of the example there, Sarah's book, we can see that the apostrophe is being used to show possession. So we can see that the book belongs to Sarah. When do we use apostrophes then? So as we saw in the previous slide, we see apostrophes being used to show possession. So in some examples here, we've got Tom's hat. So the hat belongs to Tom. And then we've got the cat's tail. So the tail belongs to the cat. We also use apostrophes to form contractions. So the contraction of do not is don't. So we can see that the O from the not has been removed, and the apostrophe is showing us where that letter has been removed. She's is the contraction of she is, so the I has been removed, and the apostrophe for the contraction is showing us where that I has been removed. And it's, it is, so anywhere where you could be using it is, we could also use the contracted form, which is it apostrophe s. We can also use it for plural possessives. So the dog's owner, if the person has more than one dog, you'll put the apostrophe after the s to denote the fact that there is more than one dog. If there was only one dog, the apostrophe would go between the G and the S. Let's see some examples in action then. So Lucy's bike is new. So we've got the bike, which belongs to Lucy. They are going to the park is a contracted form, and we have they are there rather than they are. So the A is missing, and the apostrophe is showing us where that A would have been in the contracted form. And the teacher's lounge is closed. So we've got more than one teacher, presumably in this lounge. So we're putting the apostrophe after the S to denote the plural. Apostrophes therefore help make writing clearer. A couple of quick tips. Use apostrophes to replace missing letters in contractions, as we've seen in the examples. Add an apostrophe s to show one person owns something, and add just an apostrophe to show plural possession. Don't use apostrophes for regular plurals, such as apples, with an apostrophe between the E and the S. Here's a quick quiz then. You might want to pause the video now to have a quick go at this, and then we'll put the answers up shortly. Okay, so the first example, the dog's tail was wagging. We can assume that we've only got one dog here, so the answer is B. The dogs shows possession, the tail of the dog, so the tail belongs to the dog. Choose a correct form from the second one. The student's classroom was very noisy. Now we can assume that there's more than one student in the classroom, so the apostrophe therefore goes after the final S. So we've got more than one student, so we've got the apostrophe after the S. This shows possession of the classroom belongs to the students, more than one student. And then finally, it's raining outside. We see it being the contracted form. So it apostrophe s denotes it is raining outside. So anytime the it's can be replaced with it is, we can use the contracted form.